Ruiz has some length, and he's pretty good at just kind of smooth, kind of buttery, falling into that single.
Chris Foca, the senior out of Cliffside Park, New Jersey, goes up against Nick Fine. Both wrestlers ranked within the top 30. Fine out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. He's 8-6 on the season. Foca 12-1. Had a Tech Fall win in the third period yesterday. Adams All-Ivy first team selection in each of his first 3 seasons with the Big Red.
Yeah, Foca had a lot of success at 174. Last year went up to 184, had a good year, but did not make the podium for Cornell. So I know this year that's, I'm sure, on his mind here.
Foca lost in the round of 12 of the NCAAs last season. His highest finish at the NCAAs was third at 174 in 2023. As he goes in for his shot.
Nice kind of reach double there. Went up, looked like he was going to tie up with Nick Fine. He just dropped in on a nice little double. Foca wrestled Aaron Azaroff several times last year. Aaron's taken a gap year this year for Columbia. He'll be coming back as a senior next year. And they went back and forth. Aaron won a couple matches against Foca last year, and Foca beat Aaron at the NCAA tournament. So those guys have a pretty good little rival going. And see how Nick Fine can wrestle Foca today.
One swipe and no points awarded. Foca, he's got a good lock here in the left arm of Nick Fine.
Yeah, getting ride time here. Not a high chance Foca's going to get a turn with that much of each of their bodies out of bounds, but it's still a sticky spot, and he's gaining ride time.
1:21 to go first period. 50 seconds of riding time for Foca. 3-time NCAA qualifier. Foca. And a reversal from Fine. He earns 2. Riding time now ticking down.
2 boots in now for Nick. If Foca can power up, but not quite. That's a hard spot to stand up in. The guy's got 2 boots. He's got all the weight on your head and shoulders. Kind of easy to fold there. But Nick's high. You know, you don't want to get that high when you're on top. You want to settle back. That's where Foca can start reaching your foot. Now he's pulling him up even a little higher. Nick's got to find a way to kind of settle back in. But Foca's got that foot.
Foca with a reversal of his own.
2-point reversal.
It's the riding time going up back in his favor. Under 30 seconds here in the first period. Good scoring here. Foca leads 7-2. These high scoring periods for Cornell really dampering Columbia here, especially in these last couple of matches that really could have gone either way.
Yeah, Foca's riding that ankle hard, and he's kind of just waiting for a wrist. He likes that cross wrist tilt as well. He's riding that ankle, waiting for Nick to come back and try to get a hand control, and then as soon as Nick reaches for hand control, he's going to re-wrist him and go to work on his turn series.
Red bottom, second pier, red bottom.
Foca towards bottom here to start the second. They're trying to peel the hands, Fine. Bring him back down to the mat, but now that ankle is exposed. A situation where it seems like Foca, ankle searching, has found him, finds another.
There again, he's elevating that foot high, and he's trying to rotate back through. Nick's obviously in a tough spot because Foca's got that foot up and elevated. It's always tough to wrestle much when your foot is high and elevated.
2 points. Foca. So now our score is 7-2.
I'd like to see Nick try to find an answer for Chris Foca's ride here. He's riding a pretty standard like ankle and is waiting to catch that cross wrist, which he just did. Nothing out of the blue, but he does it so well.
Seems like Foca's done a nice job. You mentioned the ankles. Fine has really been exposed down at the ankles. What does he got to do to prevent Foca from reaching down there. Is that just him getting too high on his rides?
Yeah, on the ride, that's really it. It's Foca did a good job of getting down, getting to a place where he can get to Nick's foot and then elevating it. This position's a little bit different. Nick needs to kind of protect his own ankle and kind of sit back. He wants his butt to protect his ankles. Bottom man actually wants to pressure back into the top man a lot on bottom. The more you can pressure back, the more you guys can kind of elevate each other together. It's like pressure into pressure will elevate height. So, but Nick's, the farther he is forward, the more his ankles are exposed, which is what Foca wants. He wants to hook that ankle and ride him.
He's done a nice job of that thus far. Smooth sailing for him, up 7-2. Be on top here in the final 20 seconds of this second period.
Yeah, big point here at the end of the period. You get a fresh restart. Gives you a shot, if you're Nick Fine, to get your escape.
Caution on Fine.
Granby.
Foca's got that wrist control from an arm bar. Just gonna ride this one out. Riding time over 1 minute and 40 seconds now as the second period comes to a close. Foca wrestling soundly. There were 2 reversals in that second period. Here's the one from Foca.
Yeah, he gets that foot across and just starts elevating it, and then he can float his hips over.
Wrestlers head neutral here to start the third. Still time for Fine to get back in this match. You need a couple of takedowns at the riding time point. Clear favor of Foca, who goes in again for a single leg.
Foca's looking to lift here. You know he's not trying to get up to his feet because he's got 2 knees on the mat. But if Nick kind of circles too hard, that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to lift him. Nick good at a scramble. Now this is where, again, high foot usually wins. So Nick's doing a good job keeping a lot of weight on Chris's head. But if Chris can find a way to get that foot up and elevated.
Still another ankle exposed for Fine. He's not able to get out of this. Foca doing a real nice job. He's just kind of locked up in that position, ankle-wise, and it's working for now.
He's got to work that bottom leg out. Almost out. Chris has that one too.
Potentially dangerous here at the center of the mat. Foca looked like he was just hanging on for dear life. But it was technical. He's just trying to ride him out. He's going in for another shot, looking to earn 3 more points. Nothing yet. Fine. Trying to get top position, but again, the ankle.
Phenomenal scrambling by Nick, just continuing to find a way out of that position. Foca got on a deep shot, and he's got an answer.
Stalemate in the middle of the mat. I'll tell you what, these last 3 matches, even though they haven't gone Columbia's way, we've seen some really good action. 165, 174, and now 184. Fine, he's definitely had his opportunities. He's had his moments in this match.
Yeah, Foca goes re-attack to a locked up a cradle, but Nick just rolls him through and elevates over.
$27-0, the team score as we get a stop for blood. Cornell entering the weekend ranked number 9, highest they've been all season. You take a look at the coaches poll and see, well, pretty common to see who's up there at the top. Penn State, Iowa, OSU, Ohio State. See NC State up at number 6. Cornell wrestled NC State earlier in this season. That's when Meyer Shapiro made his season debut back in December. You see Cornell in there at number 9. And the way they've been dominating, a big win over Binghamton. Now looks like the team win salted away here for Cornell. They could move up. Final home dual meet for Columbia. Take a look at the rest of their dual schedule, the rest of their Ivy schedule. Harvard and Brown and Bucknell coming up. You see that Ivy League tournament down in Princeton, New Jersey at the beginning of March.
Yeah, Columbia's got 3 winnable duels there. To wrap up the season, I think it'd be great for them, for the momentum, if they can go perform well, wrestle their best at those next 3 duels, put 3 wins in the win column, and give them some gas, give them some momentum going in the Ivy League championship. So I think it's a good schedule for them to kind of feel their best and feel like they're wrestling well going into the conference. This dual meet, it means a lot today again, but the Ivy League championships are, let's see, less than a month away now, and that's really what what matters. There is no dual meet championship in wrestling this year. They're talking about bringing it back for a national duels championship at some point already, but right now duels don't really mean that much. They mean a lot individual bouts for the seeding at the conference and at the NCAA tournament, but it matters who shows up on conference tournament day and who shows up at the national tournament the most. Nick putting on pretty good onslaught of offense there, but not enough to get through.
Offense is picked up on the Columbia side last 3 matches, but Chris Foca just too much. Ankle hunting all match long. He earns a 9-2 win with the riding time in favor of his side. 2 more bouts to go here at Levian Gymnasium here on ESPN+.